Welcome back to the show, everybody. Power Rangers Beast Morphers episode number 3. Up to the end of the road. And still, no boys to men. No boys to men here. We review Power Rangers. Seriously, that's the one. Alright, that's the only song interlude you will get for this review, I promise. There's probably not anywhere else for me to insert a song interlude since we're only in episode 3, right? But speaking of this being episode 3, there's something that I want to say. There's something that you, the viewer, get to celebrate along with me, your Uncle Triple. I am mostly done for a while making comparisons to Tokame Sentai. Go Busters. Now, here's the thing. I went back and watched episode 2, and I talked a lot about it. And the reason for that was I was still in question mode, trying to understand what this show is trying to be as an adaptation of a thing that I loved. And I think the first 2 episodes did a wonderful job of establishing that, giving me something to base off of to ask those questions and then get those answers. Episode 3 was none of that, and I am happy for it because not only is it making for a better experience for me because I'm not pointing out everything I remember from that show that I love, but it makes it a better review for you because you don't have to be reminded of a show you may have never watched in your life, even though you should. So, that I've established that, you know what I'm saying, that I've established that, don't mind me, I'm getting loose. See, I ain't been outside. I had to watch Beast Mode, so I've not got to yet walk my babies and get my exercise in for the day. So I'm feeling a little loose though. So you gotta turn that hand, baby. That is cause jab, wow, like that. Hook 'em, baby. There are a lot of things you don't know about me. When I get on other videos and say I have the most dangerous hands in all the multiverse, I really mean it. Okay, so maybe there was another song in the loop. Shout out to the Dead Set. Okay. Remember that thing I was just talking about before I felt the need to get my arms loose, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm ready to jab a fool in his mouth, right? Is this show is taking the time to really establish itself because of the subject matter that was brought up. And no, I'm not talking about cute, adorable Zoey saving animals in a forest, even though that was really cute and adorable. And there was something adorable, and we'll get into that as part of this discussion of what we're establishing. Speaking of adorable Zoey, let's establish this. I'm glad we got a chance to meet Zoey's mom. That's a great thing because, see, it was in that for like that 2 seconds when the show tried to nudge at it about why Zoey was and still is so determined to prove herself. She has something to prove to her mom. So I'm like, you have that all over the place. I'm like, yo, think about the parental structure that we know about. Devin Daddy's the mayor. Robbie's mom is his boss. And Zoey's mom is on the news. So you got 3 people in really big positions as a part of this city of people who run in the town, people who keep in the town safe, and people who report on A and B. That's a lot. So it's like we didn't really see that a lot from Devin in episode 1 of I got something to prove because my daddy the mayor. Devin on swag because Devin is swag incarnate. I thought you knew. We established this. We established it. So if you missed the last one, go back. Robbie is who Robbie is. And I don't know if that has anything to do with the commander, but you gotta feel that internally. And you know the show is going to get to this as part of building Robbie's character of my mom is the head of the job. So I gotta prove myself. And you got a lot of that early when he was acting a little cocky because of we got a little bit of that. And when we was trying to establish that character, the show's gonna go back to that. And in meeting Zoey's mom, we got to establish, like, this is who Zoey is, and this is why she's so driven. You know what I'm saying? Also in that, the most, and I mean, hey, let me stretch for a minute. I have the need to stretch. Gotta stretch, like something was like stretch, triple stretch. The most important thing that for real, that I got out this episode, was the show took 5 seconds to establish Nate and where his parents were. And that wasn't something the show had to do. But given that we've had these 3 episodes and we just talked about these child parental dynamics, and that's a big ass word to use, child parental dynamics, yes, in a Power Rangers review, super totally, is Nate like, my mom and daddy overseas putting in work. Given what the rumors say, and I'm just going to do this based on speculation because we don't know nothing. If it's true and Nate is the Gold Ranger, right, and they want to do that, you have a lot that in that established machine between him and Zoey, which I thought was so adorable. So yes, right now at this very time, Zoey and Nate, that's my ship. Somebody find out a cute name for them and get back to me in the comments. I ship that mega hard. They look super cute. He's like, I miss my mommy and my daddy. And Zoey's like, oh, I'm melting. He's so adorable, saving my little iguana or whatever thing that was. But it was super cute and adorable, and I knew I was gonna have to get into that in the review because that was the one joke that I planned. That was the one thing that I planned to say was I am down totally with this ship because the show has no other ships that are real. We'll get to the true ship of this review and every one from now on later because you'll know what the hashtag is when it's time, and my squad know what to do. They will take care of you, trust me. In this, we also got another bit of establishment, which I think, and I'm putting the keyword underline and think that's important. That you want to establish a rivalry between Zoey and Roxy. That you kind of want to do that because, see, on one end, you got who was supposed to be who's not, and who was never supposed to be who is. And you could build a real dynamic with that. Even though, yes, that you are ultimately going to get to the point to where the Ravi conflicted things of this is technically sort of my fault and I wish I would have said something to this girl I love before she got knocked into a coma and I gotta punch her evil avatar in the face because that's gonna be something nice after we save the world we can discuss over dinner. Roxy, baby, do you remember that time, man? I had to punch you in the face? No, Ravi, I was asleep. But yeah, I punched your evil avatar in the face. I didn't mean it. I did it with love. That's gonna be really awkward. But that'll happen long after the show's over. It'll probably be in a Boom comic or something, so don't worry about it. In other news, Blaze didn't take an L, but he takes an L for existing. I'm like, I really hope that this is some weird build for when he turns super duper evil, and he has every reason to. So when he becomes a complete maniac and just starts wrecking stuff, but right now, stealing Morphers from bikes. Like literally going up the bikes, unscrewing it, and taking the Morphers and pouring it out. No. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with this. Blaze, my dude, I am rooting for you, my guy. I am rooting for you for reasons I promised I would not mention in this review. I am expecting a lot from you because of that thing. Because that thing was one of my favorite things, and that thing I can't say. So, you have a lot to live up to, and if every episode you take it either L's, or technical L's, you're making it hard for me. Very much so. So please stop. I'm begging you. Hold it down for the squadron. You know what I mean? Hold it down. Yeah. In other also news, Evox ain't getting out of wherever he is anytime soon. Squadron ain't gonna be no help. Again, like I said, and I'm just gonna say it, even though the show didn't really feature, this episode didn't feature Squazzle much at all, was I'm just waiting for the part to where who betrays who first. Is Blaze really gonna stop taking L's and go out on his own? Like, I will say this before we get to you know what time. Roxy was looking kind of thick, you know what I'm saying? Hashtag Roxy case. We taking that one too. So if you had that, Team GRF and the squad, we just stole it. We just took that and made it ours. It's ours now because that's what we do around here. We just take what we want. So we took that. It's ours. It's ours now. You can't have that. It's ours. Hashtag Roxy case. Get that in the streets. Fine. Okay? And Scrozzle, who's running from some dude who's probably going to be the villain of the second season of this episode. So, yeah. Villains got a little work to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you are driven by the only thing that will set your master free, which is Morphers. At some point, he'll get out and then get monsterly taking an L. But I won't mention that and I won't go there because I promised that I wouldn't do that, and I'm not. This was a great episode. It's like a lot happened. If you're like me and you're still watching this show this early on to try to find out how these characters are going to be established, the rest of what Power Rangers is it did that. But for me, I have to applaud the episode again for the reasons I mentioned at the beginning of this episode in this review of we're taking time to establish parental hierarchy. We're establishing how that makes you feel, how that drives you, and why that drives you. Also ships. Lots and lots of trash shipping because I secretly love that stuff. I am King Bumblebee. I thought you knew. Now you know if you didn't. So there you go. Just saying. Just putting that out there. That I appreciate that the show took its time to really establish those things. And I'm really hoping that the show continues to do that. Because again, I applaud that Nate scene because the show didn't have to do that. The show did not have to go out of its way to establish that as a character thing for Nate this early. But I will say this. I will say this. And this is something that I talked about earlier about if that thing is true. And if the other thing that I want and am currently shipping is true. You could really have some fun with that dynamic. Like, because you already know. If Nate is the Gold Ranger and they establish that and then his parents come to visit Grid Battle Force, Zoey could pretend to be his girlfriend. And then it could be real cute. And then you could establish something super adorable with that. I'm giving you ideas for free, Hasbro. I'm giving away. I'm here 24/7, 365 off all my hood foods, 25/8, 367. Yes, we work 1 more hour a day, 1 more hour a week, and 2 more days a year just to make sure we getting our grind on. Just letting you know. Great episode. I am enjoying myself. I'm enjoying that this is right now, that this is a part of my Saturday morning because I'm going to be for real and I'm going to say this before we get up out of here just to establish some triple to God Lord, right? I miss Saturday morning cartoons. I do. Like, Saturday morning cartoons for me because I'm an old ass man was a part of my childhood. One of the things I did was get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning every Saturday. Even earlier, if moms took me to the Blockbuster and I had some Super Nintendo game I couldn't beat and I was dreaming about and had to beat it, this is reminding me of them old days of when I used to get up, have my cereal, have my stuff ready, and when I was getting older and I was cooking at work on the grill, like, yo, I'm frying up whole things of ham, got the eggs, got the bacon, got the toast, everything on deck, and I'm sitting there just watching my favorite TV shows. I'm like, and I know this is the only thing I'm probably going to watch on TV today because there's nothing else on, and anything else I want to watch is provided more wonderfully by the internet. But it's good to have something in my Saturday morning that I look forward to. And I'm glad that Beast Morphers has been that for me so far. And I do have the hope and confidence it will continue to be that. So it's bringing back some of young OG Triple to G.O.D. back. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Saturday morning, yo, Beast Morphers on. Let me sit down, let me watch it. Good stuff. Regardless of that, though, bang! Bang and wink, you know what I'm saying? Bang and wink. Wink. We have got more show for you. We have got an action-packed newscast. I'm like, yo, we had some work early in the morning. Had some work early in the AM. Had that for you. Got some more work now and got some Power Rangers adjacent work that we need to get into. Got some small other things to take care of real quick, but we're going to get to that. Trust me. So please. All I can do is ask you, as I always do, please sit back, relax, and chill. If you forgot who I was after all this, after I said my name repeatedly in this review, I am the one and only Triple the G.O.D., a.k.a. Yo Uncle Triple. You live right here with the congregation Bessie and Janine on the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s, right here on 10GRF TV, and of course, bang, we've indeed got more show for you right after these commercial messages. One more thing in my uncle voice, because I have gone through 3 episodes of reviewing this show and have not said the 2 following things. The theme song, I'm feeling it. The morph sequence, I like it. I really like it. I like it, especially given, the thing I'm not supposed to talk about and what they could have done with it. I love the swirlings and the joints and the whole morph sequence is dope. Remind me of Zeo a little bit. And I'm talking about Power Rangers Zeo, not Man, right down Zeo. Not that. That's a whole nother thing entirely. I can't even, I'm like, because of what it is, I can't even mention Kamen Rider Zeo out of my mouth anymore. You are free to watch that review, but be warned. Be very warned. Yeah. Just putting it out there. Just let you know, if you want to go watch it, it's cool, but just be warned. L's. Lots of them. Regardless of that. More show for you right after these commercial messages.